This is the question related to propensity to consume. Here you have been given function C. C is consumption, Y is income. So 80 plus 0.6y, we have to calculate 4 items, that is marginal propensity to consume, marginal propensity to save, average propensity to consume, and average propensity to save. Now we have seen the formulas. So first of all, the formula for MPC, that is marginal propensity to consume, is d upon dy of consumption. So d upon dy of consumption means consumption is this. So we will take its derivative 80 plus 0.6y. So derivative of 80 will be 0, 0.6y derivative will be this. So it is 0.6. So this is our MPC. Now to calculate MPS, we have seen in the formulas that the combination of MPC and MPS is 1. So we can deduct MPC from 1, that is 1 minus 0.6. So 0.4 will be our MPS, marginal propensity to save. Coming to APC, that is average propensity to consume. The formula for APC we have written C divided by Y. So C has been given in the question, that is 80 plus 0.6y. So divided by y. If we want to take individually the division, it will be 80y plus 0.6. yy will be deducted. Now the last thing has been asked is MPS. The formula for calculating MPS we have done is S divided by Y. S is what? The saving. If the consumption has been given, the savings will be required. But here in the question S has not been given, so we can make use of another formula, that is 1 minus APC. That is how we have calculated MPC as well. This also can be calculated from here. So 1 minus 80 over y plus 0.6. So we can take internally the LCM and you can solve this. The answer you will get is 0.4 minus 80 divided by y. Now in this question you have been given total cost and this function in the form of x. First of all we have to calculate the AC. Now we know that AC is equals to TC upon x. Here we can use Q also, but in the question x has been used. So TC is x square plus 6x plus 30 divided by x. So it will be x plus 6 plus 30 over x. So this is the first answer of AC curve. Now the second thing that has been asked in the question is slope of AC. So for slope of AC we have done the formula. Slope of AC is the derivative of AC. This is the average cost we have calculated. Now we will take its derivative. So d upon dx of x plus 6 plus 30 over x. The derivative of x is 1, 60 derivative is 0 plus 30. So 30 with x it will be minus 1. So this minus will be coming in the front. 30 x power minus 2, or we can say is 1 minus 30 below x square. The third thing in the question has been asked that we have to verify that AC is equals to MC at minimum point of AC curve. So let us prove that. So to be minimum, at the minimum point the slope of AC is 0, because we have reached the minimum point, there will be no slope. So slope of AC, this we have calculated the slope, this will be 0 at the minimum point. So we will write that at minimum point of AC curve, the value of slope will be is equals to 0. Now slope we have calculated 1 minus 30 upon x square, it will be 0. So if we will just solve and calculate the value of x over here, it will be, if we take the LCM, or we can do one thing, we can just write this and this may go on the side, it will be 0 minus 1, and ultimately resulting in -1. It will be cancelled. So 30 upon x square is equals to 1. So if we cross multiply, I'm just putting here is equals to 1. If you cross multiply, x square will be 30. So here we can say if we have to calculate the value of x, it will be under root 30. So this is the value of x. Now we will put the value in the average cost. So where AC is equals to MC. So what is the value of our AC that we calculated in the previous step? So what we have got was x minus 6 plus 30 over x. Now let us put this value in this equation. It will be root 30 minus 6 plus 30 divided by root 30. So this will be the value of AC, and if we take on the other side MC, because we have to prove that AC will be equal to MC at this value. MC also we have calculated in the previous step, that was 2x minus 6. So MC, if you want to just calculate it again, MC we have done, it is the derivative of total cost. So our total cost given in the question was x square minus 6x plus 30. So if we take its derivative, it comes out to be 2x minus 6. So our MC is 2x minus 6. So if 2x minus 6 and our x we have calculated was root 30 minus 6. So this is our answer. Now we have to prove that this is equal to this. So now what we can do is either we can take with the LCM, or we can do one more step. We can multiply and divide this with the help of under root 30. So what we will get is this will be same 30 minus 6. It will be plus 30 root 30 divided by this will become 30. So this 30 can be cancelled. So it will be root 30 minus 6 plus root 30. So this is same, we can add it. It will be 2 root 30 minus 6. So now you can see these two values are same. MC is equals to AC at which value? The value x that we calculated. So that was the minimum value. And where the value is minimum at the AC slope? When the AC curve is finishing. So the value is generally at the minimum point, the slope of AC is 0. Now in this question, the first part of the question says we have to calculate elasticity of demand. So elasticity of demand is denoted with ED. We have to calculate this, and P, that is price, has been given, x into e raised to power minus x. So here quantity Q has been denoted with x and P has been given. Now to calculate the elasticity of demand, we know the formula is minus P over Q into d upon dp, derivative of Q with respect to P. So P has been given in the question, we can fill it here. Q, here in the question instead of Q, small x has been used, we will fill small x here, and derivative of Q is required with respect to P. But Q is not given as a function in the question, rather P has been given. So let's see how we can solve this question. So we will take derivative d upon dq of P. So you can see in the question Q term has not been used. Instead of Q, x has been used for quantity. So we can say d upon dx of P has to be calculated. So on the right hand side, taking the derivative, I hope you all can see that two factors are being multiplied here. So here UV rule will be applied. Coming to the next step, after applying the product rule over here, as two functions are multiplied. So product rule says U derivative of V plus V into derivative of U, that is x. So x will be like this, and derivative of e raised to power minus x is minus e raised to power minus x, plus e raised to power minus x will be as it is, and the derivative of x is equals to 1. So if we just try to take out the common factor, that is e raised to power minus and x is common. So if in the first case, what will be left? It will be minus x plus 1. This will be the answer. But according to the formula, we require derivative of q with respect to p. This is derivative of p with respect to q. So to calculate derivative of q, or here q is small x, with respect to p. So it means we will have to take the reciprocal of what we have got. It means what we will do is 1 divided by e raised to power minus x bracket minus x plus 1. So this will become this value dq upon dp or dx upon dp, one and the same thing. So now we can fill this value in our equation. Let us fill the value. So according to the formula of elasticity of demand, minus p means p is this entire. So let us fill this value directly, minus x into e raised to power minus x. Quantity in this question has been denoted with x. Derivative of q with respect to p, this we have calculated from here. So 1 divided by e raised to power minus x plus 1. So solving this x can be cancelled. Now this e raised to power minus x can be cancelled. So what we are left with, minus 1 divided by minus x plus 1, or we can say minus 1 divided by 1 minus x, or if I want to just convert this into a positive value, so I can say 1 divided by x minus 1. So this is the answer of elasticity of demand. So we have calculated elasticity of demand has come out to be 1 divided by x minus 1. This is the first answer of this question. Coming to the second part of the question. The second part says that we have to show that ND, that stands for elasticity of demand, is equals to AR divided by AR minus MR. So elasticity of demand, this we have calculated in the first step. Now we have to prove that this answer will be equal to the answer of this. Now coming to AR. AR is what? Average revenue. This we have done, that means price only. Price P has been given in the question. So our AR is x raised to power minus x. E raised to power minus x. Coming to the next part of the formula, we will require MR. This we have done, that marginal revenue is the derivative of total revenue. D upon dx of TR. Total revenue. Now where is the total revenue in the question? Now the formula for total revenue is price multiplied by quantity. This we have already done. So in the question, price has been given x into e raised to power minus x, and quantity has been denoted with x. So it will result in x square into e raised to power minus x. Now filling this value in the derivative. So d upon dx of total revenue is x square e minus x. Now you all know that in this case, when derivative will be taken, again product rule is applied. So x square derivative of e raised to power minus x plus e raised to power minus x and derivative of x square. So x square will be x square, e raised to power minus x derivative will be minus e minus x. So what we can do is we can put this minus in the front so that we can show that these two terms are multiplied, plus e raised to power minus x and derivative of x square will be 2x. So now keeping the common on both the sides, e raised to power minus x is common. From here we will be left with minus x square plus 2x. So this is the answer of marginal revenue that we got. Now we got AR. AR is this, MR is this. Now we will put these values in this equation. Now the equation says AR. Let us put the value of AR in the equation. AR is x e raised to power minus x divided by again AR e raised to power ex raised to power minus x into minus, because in the equation it is minus, e raised to power minus x in the bracket minus x square plus 2x. So these are the values. for which we have to find the solution. So here I am putting the bracket because minus is for this entire bracket. Now let us solve this further. Now if you see the numerator is x raised to power e, x e raised to power minus x, and below these are the two terms, first term and this is entire second term. So from both these you can see that e raised to power minus x is common. Here also in the first term minus, but this is the entire one term. So e raised to power minus x is common. So what will be left? Here x will be left minus, this has come out. So what will be left? Now this minus will become plus, x square minus 2x. Correct? So now this e raised to power minus x can be deleted. Again, if you will look at the result, x is above, below, again we can take x common. If we take x common, it will be 1 plus x minus 2. So now here again we can just delete this x. So what we are left with, it will be 1 divided by x. When you will deduct this minus 2 plus 1, it is 1 upon x minus 1. Now you look at this answer. This is exactly the same what we have got from elasticity of demand. So this is the same answer that we got. So now this has been proved that elasticity of demand is equal to this.